Hi everyone, welcome to the Grace Life. Today we're going to be making an Easter decor, so let's just jump right into the video. Let me show you what I use. We're going to change the colors up some, but we're going to be using this cardstock. Two different kind of designs. This one has the little hearts and this one has the little dots on it. I went ahead and I pre-cut this. Let me show you where I got this from. Michael's was having this cardstock on sale. They come in different kinds. This one I think was Valentine's Day because of the hearts and just a different Valentine's Day decor in the book. But there are some of the cardstock that I thought you could utilize for a lot of other crafts. So this went on sale. I got it at 60% off. I might have even gotten it on clearance. So I got that pretty inexpensive. Then the Happy Easter sign came off of one of the trucks. Now I think it's pink and baby blue for the Easter season, and I took this was hanging off of the truck, so I took the Happy Easter sign off of that to use in this craft. We're going to be using the twine, which I bought at the Dollar General if I'm not mistaken. All of the items that I am using, remember, I have them in the description box below. We will be using Mod Podge that I got at the Dollar Tree, along with the Easter egg plaques. I got two of these wooden plaques that we're going to decorate today. I am going to be using one of the rose mesh, well, two of the rose mesh, because we're going to make a twine bow. I've already pre-started that, but we're going to make a twine bow. Now the florals we're using, okay, they call them, I got them at the Dollar Tree, and they call greenery bouquet, so it's not any specific thing. These are supposed to be faux lavender, but it's called greenery bouquet. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, now with the bow, okay, this one is pre-done. Okay, I did kind of start halfway on the second one, but so I want to show you how to do the other side that crisscrosses, because you have one of these that goes one way, and then you have another one that goes this way to make this flower. Okay, so I made the one loop, and I'm going to show you how to make the second one. So like I said in a previous video, you take the twine, you wrap the twine for this size bow. You wrap the twine over 4 of your fingers, and you probably want to go 8 times. 1, 2, 3. Then you want to cut. Leave yourself enough room there. Then pull it off your 4 fingers and squeeze in the middle. Okay. Then you want to cut a longer piece of twine here. And you want to come and wrap this around the center. And you can go around this maybe 2 or 3 times. Then you want to make a knot. Okay, so now that we have the bow, we kind of want to spread this out, but I am going to go ahead and cut off these longer pieces that we use to tie that knot. So I'm going to cut that low enough so that you can't see it. It kind of blends in. So now what we want to do, as you see the other half here, now what we want to do is we want to glue it together, making the flower, the bow that we're going to put on the end result of this craft. Okay, so we want to put a dot of glue right here in the center. Then we want to place this on top of that. Okay, now what I did is I used the rose mesh, as you see here. I love this rose mesh. By the way, I got this on Amazon by the roll. I do believe you can get this at Totally Dazzle also, and you can also get it in more than one color. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and glue that to the center of that flower. And while I'm going to set that aside, and while that's drying, you'll see one will be for one of the Easter eggs and one will be for the other. This is what they look like. And also, by the way, I want to give credit to Kelly Barlow Creations. I do watch her a lot, and this is where I learned to make this particular bow. Again, her name is Kelly Barlow Creations, and I absolutely love watching her. She does a lot of rustic decor, so you might want to check out her channel. I'll try and see if I can link her below. Okay, now I took the tag off of this Easter egg here. Okay, this is the way it comes. So we're not going to be using the tag. It's just called decor, but it's the Easter egg. So I'm going to cut the tag off and pull that aside because we're not going to need it. Okay, so we'll do one at a time. Like I said before, I pre-cut the shape of the eggs. Okay, and we will be using the Mod Podge to adhere this to the wood. So you don't want to put a lot, we just want to put enough. I'm going to do something a little bit different that I haven't done before. I thought it would be easier to apply this instead of wetting the paper completely, to use a sponge just to kind of dampen the back of the paper. So let's see how that works for us today. So it's just damp. So what I'm going to do is just dampen the back of this paper just so that it adheres a little bit better than if it was dry. Okay, now you just want to place it. And then we want to lay it down all the way around. And I'm really liking how that look. No wrinkles, and it laid flat. So that should dry quickly because I didn't overdo it with the Mod Podge, and we also didn't overdo it with the dampening the back of the paper. So we'll do the next one now. Just as I do glam decor, I like doing nautical decor, rustic decor, woodland decor. So it just depends really. It just depends because each room I like to decorate a little bit different. For this particular craft, I wanted to do it a little bit more farmhouse. Okay, so we didn't overdo it with the Mod Podge. It's just damp enough. Okay. Then we'll go back and we'll dampen the back of the paper. And like I said, this is very dry. It's like a dry, very dry. How do you say that? It's like a damp. It's damp, but it's not too wet. That's what I'm trying to say, okay? Okay. Okay, I think I got that. I'm liking this color too. It's a little bit different than the pink and the yellow and the blue that I gotta change it up a bit so it looks different for me also as I'm decorating for my home for Easter. Okay, so what I did is I took apart the flower. So this is with one of these. I actually I'm decorating both of these eggs, believe it or not. So what I did is I took one sprig. We're gonna we're going to hot glue that down in one direction, and then we're going to come back and hot glue this side in this direction. So this is what it's going to look like. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. We'll just hold that there for a second. And the reason why I left the gap right here is because the flower is going to hide that part of the glue. So let me go ahead and glue this first flower down so you could see what I mean. So we're going to put glue on the back of the flower, plenty of it. Okay, and then we're going to stick that right down. And so far this is what we have. Isn't that pretty? I'm really liking that. Okay, so that's that one. And now because I put this off to the side, I like it off to the side for the most part. Sometimes I will decorate along the bottom and sometimes along the top. But remember, we're hanging that sign between both the Easter eggs. Okay, so that's going to be like right there in the center. So we're going to glue the signs together. So this should be pretty dry by now. So let's move on to the next one. So then these are going to wind up on this side of the Easter egg. Okay, so put some glue. You could always move the flowers around how you like them, because they're on a wire. I'm pretty sure you knew that, but they're on a wire. Let me move these closer together. Yeah, let's move that closer together. Okay, I like that. Now we're gonna put glue on this side, this flower. Remember, you can use cardstock, you can paint the Easter egg, you can use the colors that go with your decor. Doesn't have to be this is just an idea. Now what we need to figure out, and we can do this together on camera here, is we need to figure out the length of the sign so we know where we need to glue the Easter eggs. So, and we can't push them together because we have a little bit of room here with this flower. And I believe that that is perfect there. So you see how it's just barely overlapping? You want to see how that's overlapping. So you make sure you lay the sign down first, so you give yourself plenty of room. Also, where the letters begin and where they end, the rest of it you can hide. You can hide that behind the flower. That's what we're gonna do. So I'm just gonna lift this up a little bit, and we're gonna put some hot glue there and hold it down until that sets. Make sure that the length of the bottom of the Easter eggs are the same, because I'm going to display these, by the way, on an easel. I'm not going to hang this. So I need to make sure that when we display this, the bottom of the Easter eggs are level. Okay, so now we'll go ahead and we will glue down the Easter egg sign. I'm choosing to go in the center. I do believe you can go ahead and use the bottom. You can lower it down here. Okay. My son seems to like it in the center, so we're going to go with that. Okay. I like the center too. I was going with that too. So, all right. So I'm going to lift that up. And because you're going to notice that obviously because the wood is on top of this wood here, that this part here is not level. So we're actually gluing on the top egg. Nobody's going to see that. Okay. Then we're going to hold that down. Okay, these seem to have set. Hi everyone. There's just one thing I needed to show you that I didn't do yesterday before we put on the floral arrangements, before we put on this bow, and before we put on the wooden Happy Easter. When I placed the cardstock on top of the egg, on both of these eggs, what I should have done to finish this off is to seal it. So I'm going to go ahead and seal that now because I never sealed it before we decorated it. So I'm just going to put a little bit so it doesn't come up is really the reason why we seal this and anything else you Mod Podge. Okay, so we're going to start off at the top here, and I'm just going to lift a little bit of the florals and just Mod Podge around it, because you really do want to do this. You don't want this to lift up, and it all depends on how long you want to keep this craft. This will just finish it off. And so these, like I said, this will keep this from lifting. It'll last longer. Okay. So that's the top portion here. Now we'll come back and do the bottom. Another thing I said is that I was going to display this on an easel, and I am. But what I did, in case I change my mind or want to just display it differently, I did put a hanger in the back. I'll show that to you as soon as I'm done. This way you can display it on the wall, or you can display it on the easel. Basically, you can put a hanger and just display this any way you want. I was even thinking of putting a stake in the back and placing it outside. So it just all depends on you. See, now I feel like it's complete as far as the ceiling goes. Okay, that's how that looks. And so let me turn this around to show you. I went ahead and I put a hanger in the back. I put a dot of hot glue. And I did put a piece of tape here, I don't know, for a little bit of extra support. You don't need to if you let this dry properly, but yesterday it was there, so I just grabbed it. I put a dot glue, I placed the jute twine on both sides, and then I placed this piece of tape over it and let that dry. So if I wanted to, again, you could hang it on your wall anywhere. You could even put a stake in the back and hang that outside or in the ground, or display it like I originally was planning on doing that, which is using the easel and sitting that upright. Okay, I'm going to clear this off, but I want to show you what that end result of this looks like. I think it's different, especially displaying it on an easel. If you liked the video, please click like, share the video if you liked it, click subscribe and hit the notification bell. All of the items I used to make this craft is down in the description box below. I'm going to go ahead and clear everything off to display the DIY, and I'll see you in the next one.